Rolling. One, two, three, four. Hey, T, I want to get on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway.
We're the best of friends.
Insisting the world keep turning our way.
And our way.
Is on the road again.
Can you... I thought we established that you can't say gypsies anymore.
I didn't. Is that official? We can't say gypsies anymore?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're the one that was harping me about it a few episodes ago.
Well, if Kenny Rogers says it, I don't understand why we can't say it.
Willie Nelson.
They do look alike, don't they?
Oh, my God. I guess if you're blind.
It's like Eminem looks like MGK.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're exactly the same. Yeah. Except MGK is literally like 7 inches taller and blonde.
Why do you know that?
Raps about it in Rap Devil.
Which I'm sure you're going to educate me on, because today on the Catch the Sky podcast, we're on the road again. We're taking a moment to talk about road trips of years past, the music of road trips, and the future of road trips with T and I. As always, we are on social media. Do something with it. I have not done anything with it because I hate it. But T seems to love it, and he's been killing it on Instagram lately, so give him a shout out.
I don't love it. I'm just literally bearing all the weight because you're not doing shit. You bastard. Help me out here. Help me out.
Somebody, I think I retweeted something
Jesus.
Today. I'm pretty sure I retweeted.
Somebody help me here because this bastard's not doing anything. We need interns.
Yeah, the interns, again, we can offer some college credit. We can't offer full college credit.
A regular diet of In-N-Out burger. It's about all we have the budget for.
Yeah, I could get you a gift card, maybe something on Amazon, or just some random crap from the house. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Alf on DVD.
I am not giving that up. I did break a VCR that recently, as far as an update from me.
Well,
I was trying to watch
18.
I have 5 now, so they are precious.
And what were you trying to watch?
I was trying to watch our family's Mexican vacation from 1991. We go to Puerto Peñasco, which is known as Rocky Point around these parts.
Is the VHS okay?
The VHS is okay. There's going to be a part in the tape where it's going to be scratched up.
Uh-oh.
So, damn VCR tried to eat the tape. I had to open up the VCR, and it wouldn't give me the tape back. So,
why don't you have this shit at least backed up to a DVD?
Well, DVDs are unreliable, and they skip and they scratch. It really just needs to be. It needs to be
digitize it,
uploaded to an MP4. Yeah. Fuck DVD. We got to digitize it. Oh, now I cursed. It's over. I'm screwed.
Roll the tape.
So what are you up to right now? What's going on with you?
I bought a painting. I commissioned a painting when I got back from Moab. So we're recording on June 15th, 2021. And I bought a painting courtesy of my friend Jamie at Earthblend Art on Instagram. So go ahead and check her out if you're looking to have anything done yourself.
Earthblend Art?
Mm-hmm.
And you commission, what does that mean? You what does that what does that entail?
You've never commissioned a work of art before?
I've asked many people to paint me in The Kramer or Sacha Baron Cohen's The Dictator. Like I've asked, or the Dwight Schrute where he looks like Kim Jong-un. and just put me in there?
No, it just told them what I wanted based on something similar that they had done, gave them a color scheme, all the things that I was feeling, and let them do their thing.
It's pretty much a nude painting, T. It's pretty much pornography, if you ask me.
You have a sculpture of a cock in your living room.
It's a Waldo.
I don't give a fuck. Anytime I'm sitting there trying to eat, I got this dick looking me in the face. So if
It's an androgynous.
if my nude makes you uncomfortable, then you can turn it sideways and it becomes a desert landscape with the sky.
Oh. Let me do that right now because I can't. I'm just going to look at the nipple, though. Is it inspired by a certain female? Oh, yeah. That is a desert landscape. And a nipple. You still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Just didn't know how to answer your question.
Oh, you're reverent. Are you in love, T?
No, not at the moment. Coming back out there in September, though.
9/11?
I'll be out there for 9/11, yeah. I'll be out there for my birthday.
Okay. You'll be dog sitting then?
Oh, I am dog sitting now?
Probably not, but I just thought it was funny.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I am up for it. Are you going to be here? You'll be here on the 10th, though, right?
I leave on September 9th.
Damn it.
Yep.
Well, that means we're just going to have to turn up earlier in the week. So
I return on the 13th.
Better get ready to turn up on a Tuesday.
I'm sure we could squeeze something in.
That's all right. I'm sure I'll have company for my birthday. I'm starting to make friends out there, so you can go gallivant in Nashville. I'll hold down the fort.
Music City.
Yeah. Are you going to see any music while you're out there?
I am unsure what I'm going to do. I don't even have a place to sleep. So that is still, I still need to do my research and homework. But honestly, I have so many more road trips happening before September. Yeah, so I am embarking on a trip for a wedding in California, which is now open, by the way. I don't know if you've heard. And I've had the presidential libraries on my list of things to do because I'm a history political buff. So I'm going to go hang out with Richard fucking Nixon and Ronald fucking Reagan, two of the greatest and most corrupt presidents in the history of the United States. So that should be a lot of fun. But we'll be there for a wedding. I don't even know who's getting married. I think Pierre and Lucy or Mary Rose or some shit. But regardless, it should be a hoot. And then later on in the month, I will be heading to the great state of Colorado, but I'm going to cut through New Mexico. T, when we were crossing through, I got to tell you, those national parks, that rich, ancient, native culture, that history really inspired me. So I've been looking at that and trying to figure out the campground situation, which is wide open, by the way, which is great for us because everyone's at Arches, apparently. Mm-hmm. And I can bring the dog, but only on specific trails. And I think you experienced some of that with Frank, but I'd definitely love to get more from you on that to help me out.
Yeah, I can tell you more about that in a little bit. I have a couple of road trips, I guess you can call them road trips. Whenever I go to Cleveland or Pittsburgh or Buffalo, I don't really consider it a road trip because it's an hour and a half drive and I'm not seeing any sights or anything really along the way. But I'm going up to Buffalo to see a friend that I haven't seen in like over a decade. He has a new movie coming out, Mother's Day. So go ahead and check that out. And
it's not coming out on Mother's Day. The name of the movie is Mother's Day.
Yes, it's called Mother's Day. Yes, it's premiering Father's Day weekend. So,
how ironic,
right? Yeah. And then I'll be going up to Sandusky frequently this year. I have season passes to Cedar Point,
America's roller coaster.
That's right. That's right. So my first trip up there is going to be next Thursday, the 24th. Okay.
I went to a gay bar in Sandusky in 2003 or 4.
Yeah? How was that?
Yeah, my my host, my friend, he wanted us to go there, so he wanted to check out the gay scene, so we did. And I thought I would use it to my advantage to hit on all the women that were at the gay bar, and it failed miserably because as I approached for my pickup, the girl was like, "I can't hook up with you. You're gay."
Oh,
Miss, no, you got it all twisted. See, I'm pretending to be gay.
She's like, you're
So I
in the
can hook up with
wrong
women.
place.
So make sure you check out the Sandusky gay scene for me and take a photo and put that on our Instagram.
Yeah, if there's time to get to it next week, I'll get right on that.
We were asking for directions and we were like, "Miss, where's this specific bar?" And she was like, "You know that's a gay bar, right?" I'm like, "Yes." She wouldn't give us directions.
Wow.
She was that upset.
Wow. How
People
ignorant.
used to hate gay people back in those days.
I guess so.
It was normal. Yeah. T, it's been a year since your epic road trip of last summer. And I thought we'd revisit that and check in with you and see how you're feeling overall.
Well, the whole thing was a real life-changing experience for me. I finally decided what I want to do, how I'm going to do it, and things have been going pretty well so far. And I made some new friends, met some pretty awesome people, and we all know the story of the woman of Moab, so that's still ongoing. And none of this would have happened if I hadn't gone on this road trip. So I do have to thank the woman that inspired the road trip. If she ever were to hear this, you know,
The one who eyeballed you when you opened a Natter Days in a truck.
Oh, no. I'm talking about last year when I initially left. Yeah. So we got to give
broad.
Yeah, we got to give credit where credit's due, but now that she's a thing of the past, it's just like it is interesting how people come into your life even if it's only temporarily, and they can completely alter things and then put you on a path that you never expected to be on. So that is pretty amazing. But yes, I do want to give credit to the woman that eyeballed me when I cracked open the Natter Days. And I actually want to follow up on that. I was talking to a couple of guys the other day. You're allowed to drink in the back of limousines, right?
We're in the state of Utah, mind you. And Mitt Romney can't get elected dog catcher there right now, to give you an idea of the political climate.
I'm just saying that when you get into a limousine and you're cruising around in the back, you're drinking.
So I don't know if that's a federal law mandated over all 50 states. I would have to say we'd have to look at the individual. You know, we'd probably just need to Google, can you open container in Utah? That might solve this.
Oh my goodness. That's fantastic. Yes, that probably would be the simplest solution.
In Utah, it is illegal to have an open container of alcohol, obviously, in the passenger area of your car or boat. It's a misdemeanor C offense, so possible penalties include up to 90 days in jail and a $750 fine. That is schmolandlaw.com.
Okay, all right. Well, look it up in Pennsylvania. What's the rules in Pennsylvania?
We're not in Pennsylvania, team. We're not in Kansas either.
Yeah, well, you were asking me about Pennsylvania, and I was just...
Neither a driver nor passenger can have an open alcoholic beverage in Pennsylvania. And that's from thefishmanfirm.com. Sounds pretty reliable to me.
Oh, my goodness.
So with regards to you being motivated by a woman to take this epic road trip, I think of a quote by W.C. Fields. A woman drove me to drink, and I never got the chance to thank her. So thank you, W.C. Fields, wherever you are. And I appreciate all the women out there in my life who have motivated me to do crazy shit or push myself. And so I'm happy you got your gap year on, finally. I recommend it for anyone out there. Don't even go to college. Just go travel the world. And you'll learn so much more than you will in books. But you could read a book like On the Road by Jack Kerouac, or you could just watch the 2012 film adaptation, currently streaming on Hulu.
I just watched.
Go hit the Route 66.
Yeah, I watched not The Office. The Office got me through while I was driving.
I just remember you were torturing me with music, and I don't know why we didn't watch The Office instead.
Yeah. Well, so here's my thing. When you're driving that much and that far, you need something that's going to keep you up. I can't be listening to all your baby making music, bro. It's going to put me to sleep. I need something that I need. And you got to remember, I don't drink coffee. The way that I energize myself is entirely different from the way that you energize yourself. So I need beats. I need loud noises in my face. I need cold air. I need stimulation. Not injecting myself.
Conversation.
Well, we had conversation. We had plenty of conversation.
It's hard to talk with the music blaring.
Oh, God.
T, if you remember, I dated a girl who was a mute. We called her Tucson. And traveling with her was the most difficult thing. It's like, how do you have a conversation? I guess when you're on a road trip, what type of conversation should you be having? I had to print out 50 topics.
like first date ideas?
Yeah, no, but
Talking
it was like
points?
road trip conversation. Yeah.
Oh,
and I
my
gave it to her
God.
and I said, well, here's some things that we can talk about.
Jesus.
It failed.
Oh, my God. And you even had a list printed off from Google?
50. I had 50 things.
Holy
You can-
fucking Jesus. Oh, my. This is terrible. What were some of the, what was on the list?
I think we just, honestly, it was such a blur. I was just hoping to get, at that point, it's just like, just give me Roadhead at this point,
Well, what should be on the list? What should be people talking about?
Well, the genius part about it is you could play those games where you IC and you go through the alphabet. So there's that classic fam. I don't know if you got in the Roadster or the station wagon with your family, like National Lampoons, and played those games.
Yeah.
But
Well, what
I
else?
think, at least with you and I,
Right.
our conversations are great. Again, we could continuously rent ourselves out for people on their road trips, and we could just bring the conversation. But we're going to talk about everything we talk about here, from I think cancel culture, or if it's intimate, right? If it's a partner, like someone you're dating, I think it's
People like the
important to
smut.
learn a little bit more. Oh yeah, like to find out about how they lost their virginity, that type of stuff. I think that would keep me energized.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I think anything sex, politics, or religion, I could drive for hours. But as soon as we stop talking, I'll start to get drowsy, and then that sucker's we're driving off the side of the road, just like we did in 2006.
Jesus.
How we survived, I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
Who drove off the side of the road? You?
I will say a mutual friend of the show.
Jesus Christ. Well, I'm glad that you're all right.
Yeah, we were in a Honda Civic, and it had the cage system and all the airbags deployed, and it was fantastic.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
We were driving through Texas. It's the longest drive ever. I don't know how anybody could do it. It's the worst.
Yeah.
If you've driven through Texas, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. It's just goes on forever. Yeah, the first time that I ever did it, I did 3 different positions, doggy included. I was pumped about that.
While driving?
No, I was talking about losing my virginity.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Have you ever had sex while you're driving?
No, not while driving. No,
Okay.
no. That's reckless.
I've done that before.
Yeah,
and it is
that's
reckless.
Yeah, that's asking to get into an accident. That's out of control. That's unnecessary. Oh, God. So, yeah, people talk about pretty much anything. What they usually wouldn't discuss at a normal dinner party is usually what they talk about on road trips, I feel like. There's a level of comfort with the people in the car, a level of trust.
You guys got to quiz an LDS, a Mormon.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was good.
Yeah, we learned some stuff that day.
And the South Park episode is confirmed. It is correct.
Yeah, it's accurate, man. I told you. They're on it. They are on it. They are on it. And then I got tortured with some country music after that. It's like the one genre I can't do, man. It's just that
Johnny Cash.
The older stuff. Yeah, we got a couple of those mixed in, but for the most part, it was just this newer, not newer, but I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. I can't.
Not even Jason Isbell.
No, I can't do Jason Isbell. No. Sorry.
He had a tour in Alabama. I'm seeing a hat.
God damn it.
As far as music, though, I think now you're exploring MGK, and I would have appreciated a little bit of rap. I think the best you gave me was Chester from Linkin Park, and you were like, "Here, this is rap."
God, yeah.
It's like, you asshole. This is not rap.
Yeah, we could have done better. What do you like to listen to when you're on the road?
90s hip hop or bust, but I have so many Spotify playlists. But for me, I don't get into heavy metal rock, and I feel that's what you are eating a healthy dose of.
Not even close. What I listen to is alternative and like pop punk, man.
It's pretty hard.
A Day to Remember is like hard.
Well, okay, Day to Remember, a compromise. Give me Rage Against the Machine. Same thing. Rage Against the Machine is better.
Well, yeah.
But you were, I don't know, you were just downloading music and downloading albums illegally, which is probably why your computer doesn't work.
No, on that trip, I had YouTube music. That was fantastic because I was able to download any music I want and play it offline.
Now I have a shared Spotify account.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
Oh, it's fantastic. Minus that not everything is on Spotify, and there's just some obscure hip hop. But again, I'm a child of the 80s and 90s, so anything from that era usually is pretty good, including the rock from that era. You know, I'll take Whitesnake, I'll take Guns N' Roses. That's good to me. But the stuff that you were listening, I didn't recognize. I was open to Blink 182, but you never played any of the Blink 182 songs that I could appreciate or love or even know.
Yeah, but just the ones that you heard on the radio. That's what you wanted. You want all the small things.
Not the deep cuts. I don't want the deep cuts.
Deep cuts only. Bum. Bum, bum, out. Bum, bum, out.
This goes back to our music episode a couple weeks ago. But at the very end of the day, it's your car, your music. Preferably for me, I'm listening to podcasts, so I'm not listening to music. And specifically, I'm listening to the Catch the Sky podcast.
Hey-o.
That's what I listen to on road trips.
There it is. And you should be too.
I think most of the time you were just yelling at Frank to get back.
There's that. I was going to bring that up. Traveling with dogs, such a pain in the ass. I was literally half the time, 50% of the time was just me screaming, Frank, Frank, like, get the fuck back, Frank. Oh
yeah, as I begin planning my next road trip, probably to Colorado. I'm going to say hi to some people in Durango, work my way up to Denver, and looking at the national park situation. There was an article today in the Wall Street Journal.
How are you going to drive
the national
there with
parks? I have a little carrier for the back seat, so in case she goes flying.
Well, I'm talking about your back.
Oh, yeah. That's all pending my physical health, actually. So I have a doctor's appointment at the end of the month, and I've been actually seeing a chiropractor, and I got a teeter.
Gotcha.
So I've been in inverted bed, for those who don't know what a teeter is, and I've been trying to heal my back. I'm still banged up, but hasn't stopped me from banging, which I believe is the real key to my rehabilitation. Which the doctor, I asked him, I said, what about being intimate? And the doctor was like, you got to let the woman do all the work. And I was like, yeah, you're right, doc. That's good advice. So for the men out there with an injured back, make the woman do all the work.
This reminds me of a shirt that my friend's dad used to wear. And it said, lift, run, bang on the front. And on the back, it said, "Death is winning. Do something about it."
I'm in. You know, I think there's so much beauty to see. But America is, like I said, that Wall Street Journal article I was talking about is they say national parks are out of control and they're closing. But the reality is it's only a few national parks. It's the Grand Canyon. It's Arches.
What are they doing with them?
So Arches specifically, because that's the one we're very familiar with. You know damn well that we were stuck in a line waiting to get admission, and we said to hell with that. You know,
I drove right in.
And, well, what time of day did you go?
I don't know, morning.
So they say by 9 a.m. they're officially at capacity, and they have to turn people away.
Yeah, we drove right in. But again, having a dog limits you so much because you can only leave the dog in the car for so long.
Correct. And then some of the trails don't allow for you to take your pet.
Mm-hmm.
And
None
so
of them.
I'm trying to. Well, I'm figuring out park by park. I imagine actually that's got to be a website out there. But I'm going into the national park websites and looking to see what trails I can take my dog on.
The Petrified National Forest, you can.
This is true.
I do know that.
Chaco Culture National Park. That one, their back county trails allow you to, but not their main ones by the visitor center. As long as you have them on a leash. The key thing is leash, and you didn't give a shit about leashes last summer. You were letting Frank run and attack that poor couple's dog.
Wait, where?
At Mill Creek. The waterfall trail.
Yeah, that poodle thing.
Yeah, that Labradoodle. They were pissed.
Yeah, well, fuck you. If you're going to bring your prissy-ass dog down to the fucking muddy-ass creek, then, get ready for the thunder. But
I think they thought it was like Wasabi, the Pekingese who just won to Westminster or something. They were very protective over their pooch. But there was another dog at the top of the waterfall that Frank, they went at it for a good 15 minutes. I thought they were going to fall over the waterfall.
Yeah, I got scared. I did get scared. There was a moment there where they weren't paying attention. Frank's an idiot. He would do that. But
be quite a tumble.
Yeah. So traveling with a dog is a challenge. I still have no idea what I'm going to do in September when I come down there. So that was a big learning curve for me. But I also learned what I wanted to do with my life. I want to be independent. I want to be independently wealthy. It gives me the freedom to do what I want. The freedom to come see you whenever I want. Go wherever I want. Do what I want when I want. And I like that.
Have we determined our mutual venture is financially lucrative and could help that? Or are we still making zero money on this process?
Oh, we're still making zero money on this process. This one's for the fans.
Yes. Fans only fans.
Yeah, right. Well, everybody makes these fucking Patreon accounts and they want you to pay and everything. And it's just like, I understand the concept, but it's just like, at some point you just got to realize that it's just like, there's a billion fucking podcasts out there. And now everybody's now wanting to be like, oh, you got to pay to access my content. No, it's just like, fuck that. This is for the archives. This is for the history books, bitches.
That's right.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the free press. This is the free fucking press. We don't charge for shit around here. All right. If someone wants to come in and sponsor us, sure. If they want to help us, bolster our content, make it better, make it more engaging, make it more regular for our fans and help us with that, sure. Great. We could do that. But this is never going to be something that we charge people for. We would, if we're ever going to make money off of this, it's going to be through people wanting to get either shirts that we make or whatever merchandise that we might make. That's basically all I can think of. And then if we get some sort of sponsorships with somebody, if somebody wants to work with us in that way, but that's a business venture that we wouldn't really discuss on air.
I still think the GoFundMe, the link, just for like people who want to donate, I think it's the way to go. I'm going to introduce that as well. Just like, hey, if you want to help support this venture, boom.
Yeah, and they're going to be like, what are we donating to? What does our money help you do?
Probably drugs. We could, at this point, maybe a new laptop for you.
I do need a new laptop. I do need a new laptop. Pretty bad.
I need to not be using the laptop I'm using.
I need to get the rest of this tattoo removed on my side. So, yeah, there's things that we could be donating to people. So, feel free to interact with us on Twitter at CTS Terry or at CTS Safe, or on Facebook or on Instagram by searching for the Catch the Sky podcast. We can discuss the numbers there until we decide to set up a GoFundMe. So was there anything else that you wanted to hit on from my road trip last year? I mean, I really did learn a lot by talking to other people that were traveling, not the ones that were screaming at me in parking lots, but other people that were more normal. And they said, you know, invest in property, invest in all sorts of different things, and then give it some time, keep grinding, and then your returns are going to pay off in such a way that you're going to have so much free time that you are literally going to be independent. You can do whatever you want. So I like the sound of that, and things have been going pretty well so far.
The most money I've ever made in my life was through real estate, and that was through the sale of my first home. And if I actually sold my home right now, I could make well over 80 grand, but I wouldn't know where to go after. And so I think that's the real what if. And so
yeah, you really don't seem to have your housing situation figured out. You don't know where the hell you're going when you get to Nashville. You could make 80 grand, but you'd be the richest homeless man in Phoenix.
Yeah. I'd have to move back in with my parents. Obviously, if we have another crash in the bubble, I still think land is going to be valuable. I could make a shit ton of money on my house right now if I wanted to. But yeah, I don't plan on going anywhere. I like where I live, and I'm going to carve out the most decent living I can. What the hell are we talking about, T?
Well, you could use all that money and go on a road trip. Road trips for days, years.
I think getting an RV and living out of that, I think there's that possibility. You could get a good home on wheels and kind of move around. I could live out of RV parks here in the valley.
Yep. You could be like your friend across the street from last year.
A lot of people have been buying buses, like school buses, and then retro or refitting them to become travel vans or travel buses.
I have a friend who did this. Shout out to Russ Bus on Facebook, and they have like solar panels on it and shit, dude. It's fucking awesome. It's so cool.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's super awesome.
So I think, yeah, if I made $80,000 of profit, yeah, and just lived, I don't know how that would work ultimately, where I would park, but it's feasible.
Just park on the street. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I've become complacent. Like, you just get used to being at home and watching television, and I don't know if that's necessarily the best lifestyle, but
we're travelers.
I guess your road trip, it's the question, like, what are we meant to do? Are we literally just meant to buy property just so we can do weird things behind closed doors?
No. We're meant to buy it so that we can make money off of it, and then we can see the rest of the world. That's what it's all about, right? Making memories, seeing as much as we can.
I have taken hundreds of vacations, and what we did that week was very cost effective.
Oh yeah,
and quite memorable compared to any expensive hotel or resort or any of these things. It was really $100 weekend. Shout out to Ugly Duckling.
Yeah, we know how to keep it slim here, especially at that point in the trip. I had some experience under my belt. That's one thing I learned on that trip, is how to travel efficiently. Even to the point where my alternator died at one point. And I had to, luckily I was near a town and was able to pull off, and there was a mobile mechanic available, but we adapted and I was back on the road before dark.
Those are the type of things that I wouldn't enjoy, is being stuck.
Mm-hmm. Got to be prepared
because
for it.
People, I've been stuck before. I ran out of gas off of Interstate 40 heading to the Navajo reservation, and actually let me pull something up real quick. Yeah, it was in Holbrook, Arizona, and we pulled off the road, barely made it into just off the highway, running out of gas, and the first vehicle, I came running out with my hands up, like, help, we need help. Nobody wanted to help. Fortunately, we had two blondes in the car, and I told them girls, I said, get out there and start working, because ain't nobody stopping for my brown ass. And sure enough, the next car that drove by stopped, had gas, gave us gas. It was really nice. And yeah, so I got to grow some tits if my car breaks down out in the middle of nowhere. Did we see a girl walking off of down the I-17, and then likely a serial killer was going to get her?
Well, that doesn't sound great, because we just let it happen.
What were we going to do? We were on a downslope.
We could have picked her up.
It would have required us to pull over.
We admittedly said that she would have been safer with us than that guy.
Agreed. So that for anybody who's driven the I-17 south, this is in between. This is like that Black Canyon City. If you're going downhill, and so there was a car pulled over, and there was a woman walking, probably trying to get some help, and yeah,
she probably got abducted. Fan-fucking-tastic.
She looked
We're
attractive.
accessories now. You bastard. Oh, God. So
Yeah,
you
between
have
Black Canyon City and New River.
Yeah. You did another road trip before this that I didn't realize, or maybe I forgot about, up to Utah. You did this whole Monument Valley bullshit just like a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
I did. I took my boy, and we cruised up to Moab, and we got it in. We actually went to Goblin Valley, too, by the way.
Did we go there? We didn't go there, did we?
We were supposed to, and I got to be honest with you, it wasn't that great.
Well, good thing we skipped it, huh?
All right, from a state park point of view, it's cool. I had a friend who played Capture the Flag when he was there. I would think if you're young and you can run around, you can run amok. And there is some great rappelling going on in there, but otherwise Goblin Valley, just you've seen it, and that's it. It takes less than 30 minutes to an hour to see it all, and that's it. You're done. And it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Got it.
In Utah. Yeah.
Everything's kind of out in the middle of nowhere in Utah, though, right?
I mean, that's why they do the Mars research out there. So that's why they have the Mars Research Center.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you get to see the dark skies.
Yep. So are there any other road trips in recent memory, or just in your life that you've been on, that you'd like to tell us about?
Every summer, we would go to Mexico. Here in Arizona, it's really close. And we'd go to Puerto Peñasco, which is locally known here as Rocky Point, right? And we would go through the town of Ajo, Arizona, and there's a national park down there. But my father would always tell the story about Bruce Babbitt as governor of the state of Arizona, and there was a mining strike happening, and so he sent in the National Guard, the Arizona National Guard, to beat the hell out of the miners and the strikers, because they wanted to form a union, they wanted more pay, they wanted better working conditions, safer working conditions. And of course, in America, we say, screw the worker, we're going to beat the hell out of you with guns, and we're going to clear Lafayette Square, and we're going to shoot you with military style weaponry because that's what we have accessible to us as our law enforcement. All because you want to earn more money and take care of your family, you greedy bastards.
And this really struck you, I can tell.
It was every year he told the same story. And we would go every summer and we would go to the beach and we would play in the waves for hours. And this is before Mexico became just too much tourists, destinations, too many, it became almost westernized. So it still had that authentic feel to it. Those taco trucks, like till this day, I can't eat tacos unless they come out of a truck. This is not good. How about you, T?
Yeah. I know when I was real young, we drove up to Canada, and I puked in the back of the rental car. That was memorable.
Was that in our puking episode?
I don't know. It should have been. Yeah. I also yeah, it was terrible in the rental. And then there was another time that we went up to Canada to that refuge in the woods, which was cool. I drove down to Georgia for a wedding, partied the night before the wedding, the night of the wedding, and then came back the next day. Georgia, like where we went to, was like a 14-hour drive, bro. There and back, and all that partying in 72 hours. So 28 hours of driving, 2 nights of partying, a wedding in 72 hours. So that was pretty fucking epic. There's also the trip down to Disney, which we mentioned in one of our previous episodes. I drove down.
I got something for this.
Well, no. I went down with my buddy's family. We drove down there. We didn't fly down there. And on the way back, I actually passed out at a Wendy's. Just literally was just sitting there at the table and just like woke up on the floor. And the best part is we weren't sitting in a booth. We were actually sitting at a table, and I had like slumped into the person's chair behind me, I guess. And they were just bitching at me. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, not conscious of the fact that I'm unconscious on the fucking floor. Like, what the fuck? Nobody gives a shit about anybody.
If you're passed out in a Wendy's, you need to reassess your life.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I honestly have no idea what happened.
Jack in the Box, that's okay.
Yeah, they tolerate that kind of thing there. And then I went on several road trips to Vegas, my first one being with you.
Yeah. I got that drive down to a science. Do not stop for anything in Wiki Up other than the Shell station's bathroom. Only because there's the Chevron, I think, is just disgusting. Just avoid the Chevron in Wiki Up. But I was going to share that before we do the Vegas road trips, I drove across country in 2001. In June of 2001, I drove across the United States, the I-10, the 12, and the 10. All the way to Orlando, Florida, to do my Walt Disney World internship. And my Ford Escape, the yellow Ford Escape, which I was known for, I was synonymous for. And that was the epic road trip right there. Driving back, I almost fell asleep at the wheel. I don't know if you've ever fallen asleep while driving because you've just driven too long. I was just popped up on energy drinks. And that's not good. My body was functioning, but my mind was not.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest high. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But that Texas drive, disgusting. The South, beautiful. Jefferson Davis's home. I was really happy I got to visit that after Katrina wrecked it.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed in Biloxi, Mississippi, and watched the Diamondbacks beat the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 5 of the National League Division Series. On a Tony Womack double, single, I don't know. Doesn't matter. We won the game, and I cried. so good when we won, because I knew the Diamondbacks were going to win the World Series. I just had that feeling, and sure enough, they beat the Yankees. But it was
must be nice.
Biloxi, Mississippi. There's so much beauty out there, T, and I think when we have this discussion about should I go to Cleveland or Italy, and we'll let the voters decide on that one as far as like what's better. But there's just, no matter what, like there's still beauty all across the country here in the United States, and I think we forget that. And I think we get too caught up in just going to Disneyland in Las Vegas, and we forget that there's so much more out there. And if you're willing to maybe get bit by a mosquito or potentially assaulted by a bear, there's lots to see.
Then you might end up on the adventure of a lifetime or meeting your soulmate.
Right?
Who knows? If you care to interact with us more, give us some feedback on this episode, leave a comment, share, whatever. Be sure to interact with us on Twitter at CTS Terry or at CTS Saif. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you listen to podcasts by searching for the Catch the Sky podcast. And let us know how we're doing. Saif. Next week, I think we are going to get into some of the grief that you were hitting on in some of these past episodes, and we're going to deal with that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take care of that on air. So until next week, keep trying to catch the sky.